The last report Dave and Brendan have is the summer camp. Man, I really messed this up. Made you want you to go early, then I cut you off. And this is just something. This should be short. There were no questions submitted. Back in when I first started here, we had an issue with tracking the finances, and we were actually losing money on summer camps and summer school. Summer camps because we were paying out coaches and workers, et cetera, before all POs were collected. And then we had outstanding balances that the district was covering, and similar with summer school. So this has just become an annual report to show the board that we're running summer camps and summer school cost neutral. A few years ago, the board said that it was okay for some of the summer school to not run cost neutral if it was helping students to get back on track and help with the graduation and matriculation goals. So this is just an annual report to show you how many students participated in the either academic bridge programs or credit courses and athletic summer camps to ensure that the board is still being cost neutral, or operating cost neutral over the summer. So Dave, if you want to hit yours real quick, and then
Sure.
Brendan.
So before we get into the report, something that we moved to 2 years ago but really implemented last year, and I want to thank Kristen and her staff for this, is an online registration format for all of our summer school and summer camp programming, whether it's athletic or academic, which makes our job a lot easier when we're reviewing, because that information goes out early April, late March, early April, and then we can see who's registered online and who's paid and where our numbers are at for rostering those classes. We typically will go if we have 12 or more is kind of like baseline for us to run a course, and they're core courses. So you're looking at, we ran Algebra 1 to trigonometry and geometry in the math sections this summer. We ran biology and applied chemistry. That course we did in more of an Apex Online format. We did not have 12, but we want to offer science, and we know that we had students that needed some recovery in that area, so we were able to do it within an Apex format with a teacher in the room to assist with needs as they go forward. As we're looking at blended models, that's a perfect example of kind of a blended model that we implemented in the summer programming, which is nice. English 9, 10, and 11, we had 8 students there. Health is something that we didn't offer, but now that we're back on track with the health, we had 19 students take advantage of health. So that was great. We had credit recovery. Basically with credit recovery, first session we hold for students that are seniors that didn't graduate and need credit recovery within an Apex format. And so first session is really all of our seniors that didn't graduate. We want to make sure that we get them completed, because typically we can see a student get done with potentially 2 courses within that first session to help them get done with their credit requirements and then receive their diploma. So we saw for 1 credit recovery for first session 4, and then for a half a credit would be 3. And then second session, any student, we put a requirement there, any student that takes a physical class first session, whether in the seat taking a class, if they need 2 credits, then we put them on an Apex format second session. So we had quite a few. We had 20 that needed 1 credit for second session, and then 7 for a half a credit. And if you don't know, Apex is a guided online format that offers a visual modality for our students to learn in. And we have a teacher that's there as well as potentially an aide in the classroom to help any students that have services. And then U.S. government is something that we always hold, and numbers typically around 33. This year was a little bit less, and I don't know the reason for that, but we had 25. So maybe students are looking at different electives or already have that mapped out, but that was around 25. And then for non-credited courses, band, orientation, marching band, those numbers are pretty consistent from last year. Those are around 30. Bridge to RB, we had 37. We market that pretty well, and that's usually a highly attended program. It's an opportunity for our 8th graders to come, or 8th grader, incoming freshmen, to come in, meet with our teachers, and we put them through kind of a simulated class as well as guided tours. The administration speaks to them as well, and they do some differing activities throughout the building just to get comfortable with the program that we offer here at RB. Bridge to Honors Pre-Calculus, Mr. Dibus ran that. He had 17. That's the second year that's ran. That, to me, means that they're doing a really good job in the math department of, hey, let's make sure you guys get these concepts down and ready before you get into calculus. I love seeing that, and I love kids that take the opportunity to do math in the summer, where they could be doing other things. Camp College, Mr. Franco does that, and that's really to introduce applications,
Essays.
how to write your application essay, and just getting a feel and researching. And then he brings in also some college recruiters to those summer programs as well. And then Gary Probst with his RBTV is something that he does with the freshmen as well. They come in and they review all the RBTV structure and program that we have here. So overall, 264 students. We had 22 waived students. The revenue was $41,000. We also included a title grant that we get in there as well, and the title grant goes for any expenditures that we don't meet with the revenue that came in because of the teacher salary. So we have to offset that with the title grant that comes in. So we allocate $13,200, and then we had a carryover of $5,979. So we were on the positive side. So summer school does run cost neutral to the district, and then the additional funds go to the retirement to pay for the retirement for the teachers that are on a stipend for their time in the summer. So.
Can I just ask a fast question? I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
do the feeder schools, are they strategic in who they kind of market that bridge to RB class? Because that could really help like your on-track freshman number if you kind of identify those kiddos coming out of 8th grade who, like, these might be some kids who really might benefit from bridge to RB.
Mm-hmm.
Do the feeder schools even know?
Feeder schools know. I don't know how well they market it. We might be able to do a better job during that Saturday registration. Maybe kind of flagging students when they're taking their classes, when they're meeting with myself and the counselors to kind of bring that up.
Or even to the parents.
Right, well, we're meeting with the parent and the student. It's like a one-on-one opportunity when they're choosing their classes. I know when I'm meeting with families and there's some hesitation or they're nervous about starting high school, like, come to Bridge to RB. It's a great transition. They get their schedule. They can walk around the building. They find their lockers. They meet some staff members. So we could probably market it even better. This year it was later, and I don't know, that was a change. Previously it's been right at the end of the school year, and this year we tried it almost at the start of the school year. So I don't know if that had something to do with it. But yeah, we could definitely try doing a better job with introducing it to families on that Saturday registration and just kind of planting the seed.
Brendan?
Okay. The athletic summer camps, we offered approximately 70 athletic camps that covered 22 sports, grades ranging from 2nd grade to senior year in high school. All the camps ran cost neutral, as Dr. Skinkus mentioned earlier. Camp fees can range anywhere from $50 to $240, regardless of what the camp fee is. For every camper, $5 of that camper's fee is going to go to our building fee that accounts for wear and tear on our facilities throughout the summer. An additional $5 will go to our athletic trainers that cover the camps and look after our athletes, provide them with hydration and things of that nature. And then $2 will go to the trainers' supplies. Again, all the camps ran cost neutral. We had 1,065 campers, which is a 100-person uptick from last year, which is encouraging, especially considering that we didn't have the use of the swimming pool this past summer. So I would envision that number will go up, and I think a big factor in driving those numbers was rolling out our summer camp dates a little bit sooner, a little bit earlier than they have been rolled out in the past to allow for scheduling for those busy summer days. So again, I'm excited about the direction of the summer camps. Again, the revenue was just north of $130,000. So after the building fee, the trainer's fee, and the trainer supply fees are accounted for, as well as the supplies, T-shirts, camp prizes, things of that nature. Some of that money will be allocated to the coaches based on the head coach's discretion, which some coaches take the opportunity to pump that money back into their activity account as well.
Okay, thank you, Brennan. I don't think there were any questions submitted on any of these reports. I'm sorry I mixed them up, but great job. Hector, this is your first time seeing this through, so next year you'll be able to report on data under your leadership. Kristen, this is a reflection of your leadership in your last year as principal, so good job to you too. And thank you, everybody, for participating tonight.
Thank you.
All right. Visitor statements, which I don't see any visitors. Right on. Additional discussion items. At this point in the meeting, Board of Education members may request to add an additional discussion item. So, am I right? To left?
Do you want to reflect it on here?
I can reflect that you're here.
Thank you.
We knew you were coming.
Hi.